Welcome to Be Less Stupid. I'm your host, Jon Hotchkiss. First, very quickly before I start, I would like to thank those of you who supported the channel in 2019. We saw significant subscriber growth, but not nearly enough to my satisfaction. My plan is the same as last year. Great content, my unique take on liberal politics, investigations, and muckraking. This is an important year, people. Democrats must defeat the most cruel, corrupt, and criminal president in American history. And let's do it together. Moving on. So look, there has been a lot of hoopla this week from the White House about the U.S. border with Mexico. Donald Trump tweeted huge news that a federal court had released $3.6 billion for border wall construction. The Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security also held a press conference where he announced that the government was on pace to complete 400 or so miles of border wall by the end of Donald Trump's first term. And today, the Trump administration touted a construction milestone that they've completed nearly 100 miles of border fence. Now look, if you are not really following the news very closely, you might be thinking to yourself, some bitch, right? That Donald Trump, he did it. He built 100 miles of wall. And it goes down about 6 feet, the metal slats. Only here's the thing. It is not true. Let me say it again. You are being intentionally misled by the White House, the Department of Homeland Security, and by President Trump. When Donald Trump took office, the U.S. border with Mexico was about 2,000 miles long, and there was 700 miles of border fencing. Today, those numbers are nearly the same. Yes, look, there is about 93 miles of new 30-foot tall border fence that's been put up since Donald Trump took office. However, 90 of those 93 miles already had a barrier in place. Let me repeat that. The new border fence is just a replacement of the old fence. The new border is just a replacement of the old fence. Look, you see this? This is what the old fence looks like along many parts of the border. It's about 6 feet high. These corrugated sheets of metal were installed in the early 90s. They used to be the landing pads used by helicopters during the Vietnam War. What Donald Trump has done is take out the old fence that was low and put in a fence that's taller. And why isn't there really any new fence? Because Congress has to appropriate the money, and Congress has not. The $3.6 billion that Trump is using was earmarked for the U.S. military, and instead of using it the way it was intended, which was to improve infrastructure, safety, and the lives of U.S. soldiers on foreign military bases, Donald Trump hijacked the money so that he could tell his base that he's keeping his campaign promise to keep the rapists out, to keep the people suckling at the government teat out, to keep the people out who are coming to steal their jobs. And look, here's the thing. Trump's base will believe him. Why? Because from now till Election Day, Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson will tell them that Donald Trump is keeping them safe, even when he's not.
Americans are now safer. Look at this. Nationwide, violent crime is down significantly by a lot. And oh, by the way, construction of the wall, the biggest unreported story this week, is well underway.
For one thing, look, the vast preponderance of undocumented people in the United States do not sneak over the border. They fly to the U.S. for business, for vacation, or to visit family, and then they overstay their visas. Unless Donald Trump is planning on building a wall that's 35,000 feet high, a 30-foot wall does not keep out people who want to come by plane. Oh, and look, one other thing. The taller fence isn't really a deterrent either. I know this because I went to Tijuana. It didn't take very long to look around, and I found a hardware store less than 500 yards from the border. And for just a few bucks, I bought a 31-foot tall ladder. Thank you to everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and comment. And by the way, if you don't mind, please tell a friend about Be Less Stupid. My goal over the next 3 months is to hit 100,000 subscribers. Thank you all. I will see you next time. I'm the host of Be Less Stupid, Jon Hotchkiss.